For every loved and cherished manifestation teacher, there are those who are hated and even vilified within the manifestation community. And so in this video, we will be discussing who these teachers are and why they are so greatly loved or hated, beginning with perhaps the most controversial of all, Rhonda Byrne. Rhonda Byrne is the author of The Secret, the world-famous book which promotes the concept of the law of attraction, and because of its extreme oversimplification of practices like manifestation, it's received an incredible amount of criticism over the years. In an interview in which Rhonda was asked to explain what the law of attraction is, even the show host couldn't help but acknowledge the unique amount of criticism that she and The Secret have received.
You have received so much celebration over the last 16 years since The Secret came out.
Yeah.
But you've also had criticism of The Secret and what this is. Can you explain what the law of attraction and manifesting actually is in simple terms before we dive in deeper?
Every human being is a creator, and we are creating our life through our thoughts. So it's not that our thoughts are powerful, it's that we are powerful. So, for example, we can talk about what we want and we will manifest that, and so some people, they just see the abundance in the world, that's all that they see. They don't see any lack. They just see abundance, and everything seems to go right for them.
Now, I want to be very charitable in this video. This is not an attack on Rhonda Byrne or The Secret. It's to merely highlight people's true feelings about these concepts. And so Rhonda Byrne, while what she is saying is probably something that you've heard many people say, with that vague nature behind their descriptions of how manifestation and the law of attraction work. But because Rhonda is the author of the book, and because she is largely the beginner of the movement that has caused manifestation to be what it is today, she is viewed to be in many ways the cause of why people have such an obscure understanding about what the law of attraction is and how manifestation works. One of the most common examples that some teachers give when it comes to explaining what the law of attraction is to say that it's possible to sit on your couch and manifest large checks coming to you without doing anything at all, more or less, to earn that money.
What if I just visualize checks coming in the mail? So I just visualize a bunch of checks coming in the mail. Within just 1 month, things start to change. And it is amazing. Today, I just get checks in the mail.
So now that we know who perhaps the most controversial figure within the manifestation community is, who is perhaps the most loved, who is the protagonist to Rhonda Byrne's antagonist? That person would be Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is most well known for connecting science with manifestation. His books Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself and Becoming Supernatural have become international bestsellers because of how well they define these concepts like manifestation. And here's an example of that in an interview by the same interview host.
Then I started looking into the research on what part of the brain really can make thought more real than anything else, and it's the frontal lobe. And I've read every researcher and every single research paper, every book on the frontal lobe, anybody that was a really great scientist. And frontal lobe is like a volume control. It's the creative center. It's when you have an idea, speculation, invention. When you're looking at possibility, it switches on, and it's the CEO, it's the symphony leader. And it's going to look out over the landscape of the entire brain and call up different circuits of knowledge and experience that you have and seamlessly piece them together.
Wow.
And when it does it and the nerve cells start firing in tandem, your brain creates a holographic image, a picture, and you're selecting a new possibility. And you're like, I can do that. That's possible. You're selecting a new possibility, right? That's the creative center. It's an unknown. And for the passionate person, that thought in their mind literally becomes the experience, and the end product of the experience is the emotion. So the person who's seeing that future and all of a sudden feels the empowerment, the success, the abundance, the gratitude from the healing, it's that thought and that feeling, it's that image and that emotion, it's that stimulus and that response that's conditioning the body to emotionally be in the future. Now think about this. If you're feeling the feelings of your future as if it's already happened, if your body is feeling the emotion of your future like it's already happened, you won't be looking for it. You only look for it when you feel like it hasn't happened. When it's already happened, you're no longer looking for it, which means you're no longer separate. And that's when people started having really powerful changes.
So as you can see, the host Lewis Howes appears to be following along with the teachings of Joe Dispenza, even though Rhonda Byrne and Joe Dispenza in these interviews were more or less talking about the exact same thing. They were describing it in different ways. And the interview host himself couldn't help but express his feelings of acknowledgement with how well he was understanding what someone like Joe Dispenza was saying versus what someone like Rhonda Byrne was saying. So how are these two teachers similar? Well, they discuss many of the same topics, and that kind of ends their similarities. The way that they speak about these topics tends to be very different. Someone like Rhonda Byrne appeals more to the esoteric communities, the spiritual communities who might already be familiar with concepts like manifestation. But Dr. Joe Dispenza is someone who is able to connect with people who are not familiar with these subjects, who might need a bit more help to understand the logic behind these practices so that they don't feel as though they're just falling into some kind of trap within a cult. No, they're actually practicing something that can be understood and it can be proven through science. And again, this video is not to attack teachers like Rhonda Byrne or books like The Secret. It's merely to point out that there's a reason why when you discuss these topics of the law of attraction and manifestation to people who might be new to these kinds of concepts, you're met with a bit of skepticism. And it's because those teachers aren't doing the communities very much of a service to help outsiders to understand what these concepts are all about. But someone like Joe Dispenza is really doing the tough work of connecting what we value within our society, being science, with these profound concepts like the law of attraction and manifestation. Ultimately, these are two teachers who are contributing to a movement that will be helpful for people now and in the future. More people need to know about the power that they truly have as human beings to live the lives that they want to live in this world. And while the concepts that they're discussing may seem strange to some people, there are many other teachers who have different perspectives, different backgrounds, who also agree upon the habits and actions that people can follow to manifest and create the things that they want to experience in their lives. And if you want to know more about what those habits and actions are, watch this video right here. Like this video if you enjoyed watching, and subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until the next one, I love you all. Peace.